it will have any repercussion or any.
Well, it could help, though the deal has been hanging fire for a very long time, as you know, the Indo-US trade deal. But on the oil front, I must say that this doesn't surprise me, because, you know, what had happened was that Venezuelan oil, Iranian oil, and Russian oil have all been sanctioned by the Western countries. And as a result, countries were buying limited supplies of other oil, US oil, Middle Eastern oil supplies, and so on, Nigerian oil. There are some major suppliers, and they were essentially a finite quantity of oil being bought by an increasing number of purchasers. India was able to ease the pressure on the limited supply by buying Russian oil with the consent and knowledge of the Western countries. But now that Mr. Trump has cracked down on that and imposed a 50% tariff on India, that becomes unviable. And even for companies buying sanctioned Russian oil, they too face the prospect of facing sanctions from the US and others, and they have other businesses they have to think about. So obviously there's already been a significant drop in purchase from Russia. Now, if you don't increase that from another source, inevitably oil prices would increase everywhere, because what's happening is more buyers focusing on limited quantities of a certain item, in this case oil. So it was essential from the American point of view, because they also don't want prices going up at the pump. The American voter would be affected. So it was essential that when they tighten the screws on Russia, that they have to open the spigot on Venezuela. And they, after their action in January, this is very much, very openly, one of the purposes of decapitating the Venezuelan government, was to ensure that the newly sort of obliging administration in Venezuela would once again be able to release oil onto the international market. American companies would be producing it, and that countries like India, which were buying Iranian and Russian oil before, would now buy Venezuelan instead. But the logic is, from India's point of view, it will not cost us significantly more, because world oil prices will remain stable, since you've got two countries sanctioned, but a third one is being unsanctioned. And therefore the amount of oil coming into the global oil pool will ensure that prices remain stable.